Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciate that. Thank you to my subscribers and followers. I muchly appreciate your support from the bottom of my heart. Share it with your friends and family. If you come across the channel, please don't leave without subscribing and hitting the likes. Helps the channel grow a lot, and we've built a good, strong community here. And leave your comments on the videos and tell me what your thoughts were if you choose to. Um, Again, our mission statement here is we take great pride that we've built a channel here that avoids rumorville. We've made it a policy here not to work off of gossip. Just don't like it, never have. 99% of the stuff doesn't transpire, and a lot of channels like to do it just to get you there and get some hits. I won't go to that extent of just filling the page with BS. And we don't use clickbait to get you here. So let's get to it. We're going to talk about the game last night where the Wild were in Montreal. And Montreal, as we know, have been trying to improve their home record. So that's been something they've worked on. Anyway, this was an oddity. We got a victory out of this one. This was quite impressive. I mean, before this game, we were 18-1-1 against the Wild. They really, really, really have our number. No, they have a lot of success against us. So this was a huge victory, and we got it in regulation time with, I think it was 15 seconds left. It was incredible. Way to go, goal Caulfield. All right, let's get right to it. First period, Montreal comes up with a 2-1 lead. Second period, they exchange goals, and in the third, they exchange goals. For a 4-3 victory, Montreal really fought for this one. Good on them. Very proud of what they did. It was a different type of game. I would have to say Dobish, to me, looked a little shaky. But however, he got the victory, and he fought through it, and at the end, he came up big. I just hope Montreal gives him the patience that at least, this guy, they got most of their wins off at the beginning of the season. I hope they get him the patience and go through the limits of giving him the chance they gave Monty, who didn't deserve the chances he's gotten to get back on his feet. Now he's gotten back on his feet. I hope they do the same and are fair to Dobish that way, because he's coming, but it's evidently confidence. He's still got to work on getting it back since they let it fall in him when it did, and when they should have rode him and they didn't. So that's on the coaching staff. So I do hope that they allow him somewhat of an opportunity, whereas he's the guy that really got the victories, and Monty struggled way more and was given way more chances. So we'll see how fair Montreal is to him. That I'm going to hold. I do agree that, yes, he was a little shaky, but he did come through in the end of that game, and I think it's going to take him a little bit just to get his confidence back as well. So let's get to it. We're going to break it down. What a great game that they managed to hang on and get the victory. So yeah, we'll get right there. Let's do the scoring summary first. At 10:44, Tarasenko scores on the power play. Montreal was getting a lot of penalties in this. Got to watch that. And Minnesota got that goal at 10:44. Tarasenko on the power play, assisted by Zuccarello and Quinn Hughes. Then Montreal at 15:22. Nice to see Philip Deneau get a goal, assisted by Anderson and Gooley. So that was nice, tied things up. And at 19:08, Carrier gets one, assisted by Matheson and Demidov. And so that was good. That puts us ahead going into the second period, 2-1. But then at 10:16 of the second period, Brock Faber gets one, assisted by Kaprizov, and he knows no Traz, whatever. I butchered that one, but anyway, that's how that went. And then Montreal replies with a beauty from Lane Hudson, a blast at 12:35. Sorry, his ninth of the season, assisted by Davidoff and Jaden Struble. That made things 3-2 going into the third. And of course, Tarasenko had himself a hell of a game. 12:40 in the third period. He responds on the power play again, assisted by Kiprasov and Zuccarello. Cole Caulfield at 19:45, 15 seconds left, like I said. What a beauty of a goal. Great passing play by the Habs as Nick drops it down to him. Lane had passed it up over to Nick. This was a fast, quick uh, passing play on the right side, and Caulfield just blasted it. Beautiful shot, pinpoint. That's why he's called Gold Caulfield. He's just beautiful. And anybody who thinks that when Lonnie heals, that he should be taking Caulfield's place on the power play, sorry. Gold Caulfield and everybody else has earned that right. I wasn't. I mean, I know it was Doc's first game back. I think that was the right thing to do to put him on the wing. I missed Texier, to be honest. However, it might have been a good move against a team that's big like that to go with Doc, and maybe that's what they're going to have to do. They'll choose to do. And we in the last week, I think it was a week or so ago, Montreal acted quickly and signed Texier, gave him a contract, and I think for what they paid him, it was a good deal. I believe, yeah. So they signed him and locked him in, and I think that was wise because he's bringing something the Habs didn't have, and plus he's got experience. So just wanted to bring that up, and yeah. So this was a game of, the Habs really fought for this one, and it took them. They had to work for this one, so it was good to see the way they played this. Let's go to it now. Let's go to the shot departments. Like I said, Dobish didn't have many shots at him, 19. So he did look a little shaky. Well, I mean, like I said, Monty had more than plenty of times he looked shaky. So for him to go through a little bit of this just so he can regain, I think they got to be fair to him. And Montreal had 33 shots. They really came out, and they've been doing this which is good to see, coming out firing and not allowing, starting to show that they can't allow teams to outshoot them the way they have been. Hits were 18-17 for Montreal. Good to see us. Very close game that way. Face-off percentage, Montreal was ahead 51.7 to 48.3. Power play opportunities, 4 for the Wild, 3 for Montreal. No, the Wild got 2 power play goals. Montreal got 0. So Montreal's got to get a grip on that. That's good. With the talent they got, that's got to improve. Power play percentage, 50% for the Wild, 0 for Montreal. Shorthanded goals, 0 apiece. Total penalties, 3-4. Actually, it wasn't that big of a penalty game, but we did get the extra. There were some bad calls, though. When you seen Foligno fall and they give Lane Hudson a penalty, or anyway, the Canadiens player was nowhere near him. The guy fell on his own, and how they didn't go to video review blows my mind. That was so crooked. The officiating really needs some assistance. Penalty minutes were 86 for Montreal. Block shots were 22-12. So Wild 22-12 block shots. They led in that, and shows that Montreal was working hard, and they did a pretty good job blocking shots. Takeaways 5-2 for Montreal. Giveaways 16 apiece. So great game that way. That was yeah. So that's pretty much how it went. Good victory. I believe we got Buffalo, and we need to exert revenge for the game we lost to Buffalo last week. Montreal better be on their toes. They can't afford to keep losing to teams in their own division. They have to get that victory with Buffalo, a rematch, and redeem themselves. No end ifs and buts. They really got to come out strong and not. I mean, they just didn't perform in that last game against the Sabres. So I accept this. I expect to see them to be a much different team when they play Buffalo Thursday tomorrow night. So we'll let you know how that goes. We'll give you a review. And yeah, I was very proud of the boys tonight for getting that monkey off their back of finally beating the Minnesota Wild, because they're always a good, solid, reputable team. good victory. Let's go beat the Sabres. That's what we got to do, and make me keep wearing this jersey. Thanks for watching. You've seen it here at Center Ice Production, where the puck drops first.